What's going on?
Just
So
chill.
this is what I want. I want the women
Oh,
to explain the proposal. How did the proposal go down? Mrs. Franklin, Mrs. Myrick, how did the proposal go down?
You sure you want me?
all right. Look, Miss Monk, mine is good and simple. Mine is simple.
Mine, anything, mine is blur.
Oh Lord. It was
Either or can go first.
Okay,
all right.
so he again.
Time out.
No,
Time
let me go ahead.
Time out.
Come
Calling
on,
the
man.
timeout.
Anybody got all night?
I'm calling the timeout.
Let me explain.
You said
So,
the women.
see, because all right, so he remember now, he told y'all that I was the choir girl
Right.
and he was the other, right? And
Right.
so, I was a good Christian girl, but I wasn't perfect. I like to do
Uh-oh.
things. You know what I'm saying? Like to feel
God
all
wasn't done with you yet.
over. So one day I was just like, yo, I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. Other than cursing every once in a while and getting a little booty. I mean, I just don't want to live in sin no more. So what's up? I mean, we've been together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? And he was basically like, damn, will you marry me? And that was it.
Oh wow.
So you basically said, I'm tired of living in sin. We're going to do this for this.
Might as well make this official.
It wasn't actually like that. It was kind of like that.
Well, tell your version.
It wasn't totally like that.
Hurry up, man.
But it's close. I'll ride with that one.
Okay. That's it.
I don't think mine will be any better, so I'll ride with that one.
All right, Mrs. Franklin. How did Mr. Franklin propose? We got somebody else coming?
No, that's actually me because I think I turned. I don't know. I turned them off.
Oh, okay, that's cool. How
That's
did it
my
go
phone.
with you and Damon?
So we met May 2008.
Yeah.
He had an opportunity to try to be on the Bears, the practice squad of the Bears. So he left in September. And that's kind of when I knew he was the one. I didn't want to be without him because he had to leave. And I started crying at the airport, like, why am I crying? I don't want to cry. What's going on? And so I'm like, yeah, he got to come back. I need him back. So he goes and he comes back like in May. And so he drove his car back down from Chicago back to Texas. I think that's where our daughter came from. But somewhere in between that time, she was conceived.
Mhm.
She was a love child. Love child.
Stuff happens. Stuff happens.
It was all his fault. But
I take the blame. Go ahead.
but once we got back home, it was like, we're discussing like, okay, look, we can't be apart. We really want to be, we know we want to be together at this point. It's been a year, but we already know. And he was like, I mean, if we get married, I can stay in my apartment, you can stay at your apartment, then we'll just have the baby and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? I'm like, that doesn't make sense. We go to the pastor of the church. And so we literally do a marriage counseling session because he's like, look, we should just get married. And then it was no like down on we should get married. His dad, had your dad met me by that time?
Yeah.
We had met by that time. So yeah, he had approval from dad and all that. But and I didn't have my father or whatever. So I mean, it didn't matter if he would have approved or not. But I went to the pastor of the church, and so for our counseling session, he finds out that we're pregnant. He's like, well, it's been a hot summer then, huh? Literally. And so his question to us, look at the monks, he laughing. His question to us was, can you see yourself without him? I say, no, honestly, I can't. And then he asked him the same thing. He started, well, we just got to make it right with God first. He said, well, she's pregnant now, sir. What do you want to do? You gonna marry her or not? He's like, yeah. He's like, can you see yourself without her? He's like, no. All right. Well, when y'all get married, and this is how it happened.
We end up getting
So we
married.
got married on October 10th, 2009.
October 10th, 2009.
Yep.
All right. So I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh, so when I went to Chicago, I went there, and I was actually going to try to work out with the Chicago Rush
Okay.
arena football,
Mhm.
and that's when the downturn of the economy, and that was the election year of a transition year with Obama and Bush. So
Okay.
there was a lot of stuff going on that year. So everything got shut down. So it couldn't work out. But it was when I got back, it was what I heard from my mom and dad when I brought her here to meet my parents.
Hmm.
My mom was kept saying after they met her, she's like, "Oh, that's a good girl. She's good. I like her. I like her." I'm like, "That's interesting. My mom, I like her. Wow." I'm like, so that was like, and that was the last straw was my dad. My dad is a person of a man of few words, and when he say things, they're profound.
Okay.
That and when he told me, he looked at it, he gave me a hug. I gave my parents a hug, and my dad said, "Yeah, that's a good girl. Yeah, take care of her. Take real good care of her." And that was a confirmation right there. Man, my
Okay.
parents been married over 55. Was it 57 years now?
57 years coming.
57 years.
Wow.
And when he told me that, I was like, "That's it. I'm locking her down. That's it. That's a wrap."
So my next question would be to Mr. Franklin and Mr. Maverick. So both of y'all seem been married for a good time now, a lengthy period. So what would you think? What is y'all? I'm gonna talk to you first, Mr. Maverick. What is your secret, to making the marriage work for as long as it worked for this lifetime? What is your secret?
Um, I'm not very argumentative, and I'm easier. I'm easier at letting things go for the most
Okay.
part, as opposed to keeping an argument going and things like that. I don't have a problem saying all right, and then just figuring out the go between.
But
I don't.
that's not longevity. That's not the secret
It
to
is because
longevity.
I'm not very argumentative.
We can argue about it right now.
She playing.
So basically, what I'm getting, because one of my elder statesmen that I work with, he always tell me about his marriage. He say, "Yo, the key to my marriage is I pick my arguments. Some stuff it ain't even worth it. Just okay, all right, whatever, and go from there. And certain things is basically is, but they've been married for I think 40 something years. So he just like his key is just his 4 words: listen to the woman. He said that's his 4 words.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but now we're about to go into a whole different kind of discussion because I mean I can subscribe to that belief, but I'm also a big proponent of communicating. So if something is bothering you, don't be afraid to argue. Everything doesn't have to be an argument per se, but we definitely should communicate about it because what if I'm stepping on his heart in some form or fashion? I don't want to make that same mistake again. In his mind, I'll just let it go. But in my mind, talk to me and tell me about it. You know what I'm saying? But again, that might be a different story for a different day. But
well,
here it is 20 years later. We've been together from what 2000,
yeah.
2000, late 2000, married
99.
since 99, married since 2003. So it works.
It works.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you, Mr. Franklin? What's the secret to keep? You said y'all been married for what, 13 years, 12 years, something like that?
Been about next year be 12. We've been married 11 years, been
11
together
years.
12 and a half.
So what's your secret with Mrs. Franklin to keep everything healthy?
Well, to keep everything, well,
I'm always
yeah, Chel's right. Yeah, I'm not even about to argue that point. But seriously, it's well, of course, we keep God first. We have communication. We have all of those things. We have we make sure our vision mesh our purpose. Our purpose that God has given us. But what that key that we have, and our parents taught us this, and she's about to laugh as soon as I say it. And our parents taught this, and the key to our marriage is make love and make love often.
They came from his mama.
And the thing is,
not just intimacy.
See, so, and it's not just being physical. And a lot of people think of it as just physical, which is fun. Don't get me wrong. But the what you laughing for? So, but the thing is, it's the touches for no reason, the contact with the eyes, just those simple touches.
Right.
You know, not going to bed mad. Because when you think about it, when you're in that moment with your spouse, in all of
Right.
those small little moments and the big moments, even if you was angry, after the fact, are you gonna remember what y'all was really angry about? Are you really gonna be mad? Are you really gonna be mad? You ain't gonna be thinking like this person that got on my nerves and you go get into the no, that ain't about to happen. You gonna forget everything that you completely had a problem with, unless it's something major that you deal with. Of course, that's natural. But you know, when you have those small touches, those intimate moments, the hand in the small of the back, the stroke of the hair, the kiss on the forehead, stuff holding hands, all those different things, you know, those matter. You got to remember that how you caught her.
Right.
You still dating while you're married, and you keep those things going. You know.
And that is very, very, very true. So now I'm gonna still stay with y'all, gentlemen. So you know your wives. What is the one movie that'll still make her cry to this day?
One movie. We don't watch a lot of TV though.
Movies.
What movie make you cry?
One movie would make her cry. Wow.
A movie? Well, I don't think we do movies like that.
We don't do movies?
Not like that.
Well, not anymore.
Make you cry?
Everything makes me cry. Everything. You know what I'm saying? I can watch the news. The weather report makes me cry. What do you mean it's gonna rain tomorrow? I'm just an emotional being. I don't think he can. The reason why he's having such difficulty is because I cry watching everything. So that's really why.
If the Falcons beat the Saints, then that's it's like wow.
There you go. Exactly.
Here we go.
If any movie that you'll cry, it has to be something that's maybe a documentary movie that's real touching or moving. That's the only thing. Like Katrina, like when the levees break.
Okay.
That'll make that made me cry. I was upset, but something like that.
But that hit home though. That hit home.
Yeah, that hurt. Yeah, I still to this day haven't finished watching it.
Yeah, me neither.
I think I got to what, 2?
Yeah, you can.
Part 2 of it.
I couldn't finish them.
Yeah.
That's
all right. All right. So, in your relationship, who is the most stubbornest? The most stubborn? Y'all pointing to each other, man. Rickson, y'all both point. Why do y'all both say that each other's stubborn?
Franklin's, what did y'all do? One of these two?
No, he talking to.
Oh, okay. His opinion. He's entitled to it.
Which is why I said I find myself a lot of times being like, all right, it ain't worth the argument. Okay. We'll figure it out. I'll do my workaround to make the lady.
Right. But when I say, hey, babe, I don't want to make the same mistake twice. Why don't you just talk to me? He refuses to talk about it, which makes him the most stubborn in this relationship.
If you get your way, what difference do it make? If you get your way, what difference do it make?
I know what it seems, but I really do love this dude. Like I really know.
20 years, I know you do.
20 years.
You know, thank you, Mr. Franklin. Thank you, Damon. Yeah.
20 years, yeah. You gotta love this. You have to love this guy. After you invited him from New York to Pittsburgh on the bus.
Exactly. And then let's not, you know.
And
then when he got there, don't forget I was wining them, dining them, taking them to lunch on the mountaintop and all that kind of stuff. It was great.
I was getting sweated.
All right. He was getting sweated. So
I was getting sweated.
Hey, I used to I cooked, so I think I cooked more. I still cook during the marriage, but I think I cooked a lot more when we dated than I do now. Because he also likes to cook though. So then we have competition. So it's like he still can't figure out the gumbo thing, But he's
I'll
figured
let
out
him.
like the red beans and rice and everything else. He makes a chili, I make a gumbo.
I don't mess with the gumbo. She makes a dynamite gumbo. Why should I mess with it? My
Well,
job
at
is to
least
make sure the
I'm about to come
ingredients
to
are
your
there.
house.
at
I'm about to
least
come to your
he's
house in a minute.
trying. At least
Oh,
he's
well, I'm coming to the
trying.
house and he said
You
he
know what
tried.
I'm saying?
I want some gumbo.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, see, so
So the address is come down to Baton Rouge in Louisiana. We'll
Freeze
invite
that
you.
joint. Freeze that joint. Send it express.
Hey, you gotta do what you got. We would definitely like some of that. So I did have a question and it lost my mind. Okay, so what is all four of y'all, besides the wedding and the proposal, what is the most rememberable thing that you've done for each other that you can remember that most made you the most happiest?
There's a lot of those. Franklin, y'all go first.
That's when you've been in a
So,
relationship for a long time. That's
Yeah.
hard.
That's
Mr.
it.
Mr. Franklin is a saxophone player.
Oh.
Someone, well, his ex-wife basically, helped him lose probably the best saxophone ever that was given to him by his instructor. So when I did, when we got married, we had 2 kids each. He had the 2 girls, I had 2 boys, and we had 2 more together. So we have a total of 6 kids.
she couldn't keep her hands off.
You just said you gotta keep on
Here we go.
humping.
Here we go.
You just said after 13 years you gotta hump every day. I expect
mean,
more than
I
that.
mean,
Hey, that's why you don't have a TV in your room.
no TV.
No TV. You make your own
Oh,
movies. No, anyway, go ahead.
I'm taking notes, so when I do get to this pinnacle, no TV in the room.
But no, but I was like, okay, everybody's always told me how great of a saxophone player he was and everything else. So my son, of course, he's his stepfather, but he called him Daddy D at one point, and now he actually just says Dad, obviously.
Okay.
But he also is like, I'm gonna join the band when I get to school. I'm like, what? You're an athlete. You don't want to do band, but he gets the saxophone. And Damon, we had to rent the saxophone and whatnot. So he comes home and he sounds like an elephant in the house. I'm like, fix it, honey, please fix it. And so, within like a week, our son started playing like half the book because he was also a band director. And so
Right.
whenever you say his name, they Damon Franklin. I'm like, he's really that good? Yeah, okay. I'm not, I don't know. I've never heard him play at this point. So one night, I think, when you have cable, you have like the music that just plays like on the 800 channels or whatever. And so he goes
I'm
to
not even wondering why y'all listen to the 800 channels, but I can figure out by now
well,
what
no,
y'all said.
the music channel. Yeah. Stop playing.
I know what
Not
it
the
is.
X ones.
No.
But
I'm not talking about the X ones. I'm talking about the 800 channels where it's just music playing. There ain't no screens. It's a black screen with music playing.
That's it. That's all you need.
And so what he did, he grabbed the saxophone. The kids are kind of down in the back in the bed or whatever. And he just started to play. So I'm in the back. I love the saxophone. And I go, wait a minute. That's not the TV. That's Mr. Franklin. Damon is playing the sax. I mean, and it's not like a scripted play. He is just playing freestyle to this jazz. And I just go, oh, he good like that. Oh, okay, cool. All right, this is why you was in Southern Band. I got it, right? And so I'm like, okay, we got to get him a saxophone. So now I start this whole plight about finding him a saxophone. I got to get him a sax. Where am I? The one that he wants is a $10,000 sax. I'm like, oh, we just got a house. Hold on. Hold down. I'm still a trainer. He's working at 24-hour fitness. I'm training and teaching classes or whatnot. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to strip or something. We got to get the saxophone. but Christmas of 2017? 2017, I start calling. Now I'm now acquainted with the frat, with the people in the jukebox. Like, look, y'all need to help me find this sax. And so I equate finding his saxophone to what a man probably felt like looking for an engagement ring, because what does he like? How does he play? What is this, a good one? Is it a bad one? I'm sending pictures to his frat brothers, to his crowd brothers, the band director of Southern at the time. He's like, that's a nice one, but that's like training wheels for him. He needs a real bike. You have to get this, and this. And so I finally find the sax. So the memorable moment is that Christmas came. We drove from Texas Texted to Atlanta. I had wrapped it at home, packed it in a bag, got it here. He never even knew it was here. When he opened it,
I was the one that put it in the car and didn't even know.
he packed it. Didn't know what it was. His mom, his dad, everybody knew about the saxophone except him. And so when he opened it, he just put his head down like, oh my gosh.
Cry like a baby. Show dead. Emotion.
I get it. Yeah.
Wait, were you able to find the actual sax or one something similar?
So it was very similar. It wasn't that one.
Okay.
It was one that was like $3,500, but I actually found it
By the grace of God. This one,
at
she
a
don't
pawn
like
shop, and they
shopping.
discounted it because they lost the price tag. So I got it at a lower price anyway. And
Lower.
we got it.
Oh no, see, you ain't about to play that. No, I'm putting her on blast on this one. She got this saxophone. She got a 20, but it was a praise $2,500 saxophone.
Made in France.
And she got the saxophone. Don't fall out your chair. She got the saxophone for $175.
Wow.
They lost the price tag. It was probably priced
She
higher.
shops like this all the time. Her and my mom can find any deal.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm talking about. That's dope.
Now he plays all over. He's been playing at church. He's been playing at weddings. He played for the Deltas. He's playing everywhere now. So
that is great.
If you go to his Facebook Live, he went live for Christmas. He played for Christmas. He just went live and played. Just grabbed it and started playing. So
my great uncle was Thelonious Monk, Damon.
See, I was gonna ask that question when I saw the last name Monk. I'm like, they gotta be related.
No way.
That's my great uncle. So I get that. Like
they teach him.
Listen, I got a tear in my eye because I know that type of excitement. You know what I'm saying? So you got a good woman. You better,
Oh, she ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry. She's stuck like Gorilla Glue. She ain't going nowhere.
What about down there with y'all, Maverick? So like, what some story like that? You have anything in that nature?
I do. So I told you about the engagement, how we became engaged, right? Well, he made up for it. Okay. So when we got married in 2003, I couldn't find any resources for the bride of color, right? You could Google African American bride, and I promise you, I couldn't even come up with a picture. And so what we decided to do was we created a community, and this is before Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We created a community called Chocolate Brides. And the purpose was it was a message board, and its purpose was to allow African American brides virtually gather to exchange, ideas about their wedding.
Is it still up to date?
It's not up to date, but the Facebook page is still up. There might be about 50,000 people on it. I honestly kind of let it go, but I'll tell you why in a minute.
And that's Chocolate Brides, so they can know where to go just in case anybody check.
Facebook is Chocolate Brides and Grooms.
Yeah, the Facebook. Once you put in Chocolate Brides and Grooms, you'll see it come up. So again, it just started initially just like as a message board for brides to say, oh, how you getting your hair done? Things that you couldn't find like in the traditional mainstream bridal magazine. And so it started growing and growing and growing. It got so big until brides started literally inviting each other to each other's weddings because it was they started developing real live friendships and whatnot. And so the message board grew to a blog. The blog grew to a website. And once we did the website and we're getting interviews everywhere, we was in Black Enterprise magazine. We was on BET, Al Sharpton, Michael Baston. It was huge. And then all of a sudden we decided, well, why don't we try to actually publish a actual magazine? There are no Black bridal magazines out there like this.
Right.
So we did it. And he surprised me when we got ready to launch. We decided to what I thought would be like a party, like a magazine launch party. People flew in we had a girl fly in from the Netherlands to this launch party. Turns out it was bigger than a launch party. It was a renewal. So we launched the magazine and he asked to marry me again. And it was like over 1,000 people there. It was incredible.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so
my dude,
definitely awesome.
But so I asked why I didn't. So again, we Well, this is a 3-time cancer survivor here. She survived cancer 3 times.
Woo!
So
Oh,
that was
whoa.
part
Congratulations.
of the reason. A lot of the
Thanks.
So we just had to put a lot of things to the side. So she had colon cancer 20. But like you said, when it's ironic. I think we launched the magazine in 2007. So again, right around that time when everything is crashing. So it was a great idea, wrong time. So we took some hits with that, but we held on. But then when she was diagnosed with cancer 2011, then again 2012, and then again 2014. I think 2014.
Thyroid, colon cancer twice.
So that kind of pushed that to the side. But again, we here. She's here. That's the beauty of it. We went again. I supported her from radio, supported the bridal, and now I'm supporting her voiceover career. So she went from doing radio to doing voiceover, and literally when we were in Raleigh, there was a contest in I think Richmond, Virginia, and she wakes up crying. Oh, I wanted to go, but she was actually dealing with what is it called? Neuropathy.
I couldn't walk.
Dealing with neuropathy from chemotherapy, so she didn't want to go because she was felt like she had pins in her feet. He was using a walker. Right. So I was like, you know what? You want to go to this voiceover contest? Let's go. Took her to Richmond. She had a walker. It was a long ordeal. It was like an American Idol type thing. So at the end of the day, she didn't win, but they offered her a contract anyway. And that started her career in voiceover. So that's where we end up now. And then we come back here to Boston. And then I was nice enough to take what would have been my office here and make her a studio. Like, who does that?
Your man cave is
gone. You gave up your man cave.
Gave up your
studio.
Exactly.
That's love. That's love.
That is love.
Hey, that's a thick and through thin.
It's now a studio.
The thick and the thin.
There you go.
That's it. Wow.
So he loves me. He loves me.
I mean, when I first got on here, I knew he loved you 10 hours a week on the bus.
Yeah. And them Greyhounds be funky too. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Funky, bad kids crying. Like, nah, man. That's crazy.
And bro, we talking 2000. So we're not dealing with iPods and I'm carrying a little TV like this.
Oh my goodness.
I'm carrying a little TV
black and white.
The bus to listen
what school did you guys
TV.
What school did you guys go to?
Sure.
Yeah, they shot. Yeah. So I know we said only an hour and we ran over, but before y'all go, I want y'all to actually give some encouraging words to the actual singles and some couples that are watching that may be going through something or may not be going through something. Like, give them some type of encouragement to say, y'all been 20 years, y'all been 12 years. Let them know, like, things are still available for them. Whatever y'all got to say, y'all can have the floor. I give y'all the floor.
I'll keep this quick as possible. I will definitely say what you see on the outside, because it's like, oh, they have fun, they're a beautiful couple, whatever. We have our bad days too, and those days come. Like I stated before, number one was to keep God first. And that, I mean, that's what we do. If you do go to sleep, don't go to sleep, man, because it carries over to the next day. Then it carries over to the next day and to the next. And then that builds into something that just pops at the end. And so then you just prepare it when you can. So just to piggyback on what Ms. Monk said, definitely have a communication where you're listening and talking, not just talking. Because anybody can yap all the time. But if you're listening for a response, then you're not going to get anything fixed or accomplished. And that's just going to drive a wedge in your relationship. So you have to listen to each other. And then as far as the making love often, and then I'll be done because I think Mr. Franklin wants to say something.
Well,
as far as just that though, one of the things like just how do you know what they like or not like? I listened to a show the other day and they're like, I mean, you never know what they want and blah blah blah. You do know what a person wants. If that person is someone you want to be with, they're your friend first, and then they're your lover, you just pay attention to this, just subtle things. What kind of candy do they like? What kind of things do they like to eat? What's nasty to them? What kind of season? Just pay attention. Don't ask. Just pay attention. The more you pay attention, the more you see things that you wouldn't have seen before. And I can promise you, almost 100% of the time, you can hit the nail on the head, and get it right. And that's all I got.
I would say to add to that, keep people out of your relationship.
Word.
Do not allow outside forces to invade your household. If you have an issue, you handle the issue. Me, I'm a child of God. I go to God. I go for counsel. Of course, if you have to go outside, you seek professional help or somebody that's truly going to help you, guide you in the right direction. Don't tell everybody your business when it comes to your marriage. Keep outside forces out. And two, do not, whatever you see on TV is not real. Bachelor is not real. Bachelorette is not real. What's those? I don't even look at them. The reality shows, they got
the
these
house
like,
husbands
that
and
is
housewives.
not real. That is fake as all get out. Half them people ain't married anyway. Leave that stuff alone. That is a fairy tale from the pit of hell. That is not marriage. Marriage is work. It's, of course, there's love, there's fun, but it is work. It is a 24-hour job. And it's not nothing to be scared of. It's a challenge, but it's fun. When you marry the right person, your life with that person, it's not that you marry somebody to be with someone. I married my wife because I could not see myself without her. I could not breathe. It felt like I couldn't breathe without her. If I can't reach over and just touch a leg, something wrong. I gotta have my.
I'm about to shed a tear. This is beautiful.
Exactly. Like, really?
This is beautiful. I'm about to shed a tear.
And there was several times in our lives where we were separate, job related, and all of it was basically job related. Because I worked I had to go to the hospital, and my wife was there with me. I went through a lot when it comes to my feet. I got a flesh-eating bacteria. I lost my big toe on my left foot. Then I had 2 more surgeries on that foot. I was working in refineries, and I got burned on both feet. I couldn't walk for months, but my wife was there. She was there with me every step of the way, because my goal is to make sure her wants and needs are met. Her interests are, I want her, what I have in my heart is for her best interest, and vice versa. So forget what I want, and she feel the same way, and both our needs are met every single time.
I think that's like one of the biggest things that people don't understand, and that especially what you just said, coming from a man's point of view, you gotta remove yourself and put her first. You gotta put the other person first, and go from there. I think a lot of people are more selfish, like, nah, if I can't get it, then she not gonna get it. And I see what you're saying is like her needs were met, and when you had your surgeries, she was right there every step of the way, because you promised her that you had her, and you showed her that you had her, and she took you to the airport, and she said she never cries, and she cried.
Yeah. She cried. Yep.
Like a baby. Didn't want to be without him. Like, oh, my, bring him back.
And then this last job, I literally just moved back to Louisiana because I was still working in Texas. So I was staying with a friend of mine, and of course we driving back and forth, 4-hour drive back and forth every other week or every week back home to see my wife and kids, And it got to the point where you talking about homesick. Oh my gosh, this sucked. I really enjoyed it, but I can't see myself without it at all.
Your better half wasn't there with you to enjoy the things that you enjoy.
Yes.
I totally get it. So what about y'all, Mavericks? What do you have to tell the people, about still believing in love and, marriage and things of that nature?
I really truly believe that the secret sauce to a successful relationship is patience. You know, and it took me a while to realize this, but everything ain't about me. You know, I had to become a little bit more open-minded. And when we did reach rough patches, I had to realize that, you know, maybe he's going through something, you know what I mean? I had to be a little bit more open-minded with that regard. I also truly believe that no relationship is perfect, you know, and with that, you need patience. You know what I'm saying? You have to be at least willing to work through the rough patches. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it because too many Black people, unfortunately, aren't receptive to therapy. There's absolutely, especially look at all of the crap that we done been through in 2020. You know what I'm saying? With the loss of life and the pandemic and really not being able to tap in any version of normalcy whatsoever. It doesn't hurt to talk to a therapist. I'm a huge supporter of co-therapy. You know, I don't want to be up in session with a male therapist who may not be able to provide a woman's point of view. So it's always good to
or Black.
Or yeah, that's a whole nother story. You know, we have cultural differences. You know what I mean?
Yes, I understand that.
But you have to be willing. You have to be willing to work through it. And
which was one of the biggest things, like with her dealing with cancer, like it was a lot of different issues, GI issues, and I was always on the hunt for Black doctors.
Yeah.
Not just Black doctors, but Black female doctors.
Yeah.
But one of the things for me, just to piggyback on what the Franklin said, was you don't put people into your marriage. We do a lot of joking around, and for the most part, I mean, Keisha has had a high profile image just from her career. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So therefore we don't, a lot of people see a lot of the, fun stuff and stuff like that, but we don't put people into our marriage like that. So, it's what you see is what we want you to see. You know what I'm saying? But nobody, not even our close friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk
keep them out your business.
Yeah.
Everything ain't for everybody.
No, it's not.
Period.
Your marriage isn't for anybody other than the people in that marriage.
True.
But that's pretty much, and then like he said, you gotta have fun. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have fun. And we've been to so many different, neither one of us had a traditional proposal. Yep, to get down on the knee, all of that, the nice proposal stuff. We're fans of all of that, but that doesn't necessarily equate to what's going to happen in the long term. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, we've been to, literally was at a wedding on the 50-yard line in Baltimore, the Baltimore Ravens.
Line that's where I'm from, M&T Bank. Yes.
We were literally at a wedding from a football boy on a year later. That was,
it was toast.
It was a lot of money spent. Right. It looked good. It was blinging and everything, but a year later that marriage was gone.
So keep God first. Keep God first. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path right in the center of that marriage. And that's how you're gonna make it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Rely on the Lord.
Rely on the Lord.
He will work it out.
Yes.
I got another question before we go. Because somebody asked me, what were your wedding songs?
Oh
man. Who want to go first?
You go first, baby.
We didn't have a wedding song.
You sang a song, sir.
What song did I sing?
I Want to Be Loved by Eric Benet.
She did put me on blast on that one. I did do that one.
Yes, you did.
I did that one. But
you
did. I gotta watch it because she'll make me want to sing it tonight too. I know.
You get the saxophone.
See, yep, I did bring my sax, so I do. But that But our wedding was our wedding was very simple. We went. It was Saturday, right?
Went to the Justice of the
We
Peace.
went. We went to a picnic.
A football game.
A football game. Yeah, a Little League football game first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Picnic, Justice of the Peace, Chili's.
Period.
11 years later.
Nice.
That's
and then y'all here, like I was just telling y'all, with the bridal website and the magazine, we've been to a ton of weddings, and really one of the nicest weddings that we attended was this couple was in the house, and they literally moved all the furniture out the house. They put some white lights, put some, what do you call it, whatever, that see-through material. The walls were glowing.
The sheer.
The walls was glowing. They had the wedding right there in the house with 10 people. Nice little dinner.
But check it out, sis. Why did, because Chocolate Brides meant that much. I don't know what it was. It was just like that positive camaraderie, just Black women loving on one another. They dug that. They loved me so much. Why they asked me to marry them? I went and got licensed. I promise you.
Oh man.
This is a movie
You went through
right
that too?
here.
Yes.
Yes. I became licensed and I married them. Yes. Promise you.
Oh man.
Yes.
No,
So real quick, because I know, yeah, it was dope. But you know, going back to the music, because Damon, I know you appreciate this because I am music, right? So we literally gave as favors a CD of all of our favorite songs. And I worked on the radio, so I got like a bunch of celebrities to give congratulatory messages, and I put them like in between the songs. But our wedding song was Love of My Life by Erykah Badu and Common. I know it ain't traditional, but we ain't traditional.
So it started with for the first dance, we started with Always and Forever, and then it scratched. And then they went to Erykah Badu doing Way Back, So that's how we did it.
That's tight. That is tight.
Oh man, this is definitely beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite shows right here to actually, see people in love. Black. I've done a lot since the show premiered since October. We've been down the road with infidelity, ghosting, more stuff, but this probably is my favorite show right here to see people actually in love, still in love, telling the viewers how to become in love, because they don't listen to nobody. But I'm pretty sure they should listen to you. They don't listen to nobody. They don't listen to nobody.
We can still tell them, but like old people used to say, we can take the horse to water, we can't make them drink.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but we see every day is the same thing. She's not the perfect weight. He's not right height. He's too short. He's this, she's that. Like, you gotta throw that away.
That's on TV and
but let me tell y'all this. Do you notice that when you Google something, let's say for instance, you just Google hotel, billion, you'll get a billion results. But once you just start saying, hotel only has 3 floors, only is yellow on the outside. Once you start putting in all of these descriptors, must be 5'9", got to make 6 figures, the smaller the pool will be. Just be a little bit more open-minded and trust when I tell you, HBCUs they produce a lot of great things. But they will produce a lot of good lovers. Your husband might be right there
initially
next to you in biology
I had on my list, man, Miss Mug, I wanted 6'4", had to be non-jealous, he had to be this, he had to be that. He's not 6'4", he's 6 foot, but I love him at 6 foot. 6'4" messed up. So
So just to imagine if you would have put 6'4", he wouldn't have come up in the search engine.
No, I meant 6'4". I did. 6'4" had to go. 6'4" was the one.
And see, and that's what I try to tell him. Try to tell him, say, hey, what you expect might not be right for you. So like you just said, 6'4" turned into 6 foot. Whereas though I'm 5'9", where 6'4" could have turned into 5'8", 5'7", 5'6".
Right.
And
I those people with the specifications like that, I'm sorry, all of those specifications, sometimes you're asking for all of those things. Well, I mean, bring something to the table that you might have something that they have to compromise with you as well. So remember, you have to be compromised with, and you have to be able to compromise with the other person. That is so important.
I'll say in short of it just to in short, or far as to, you know what I'm trying to say. But you never want to stop. I would say stop looking for the perfect person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, my mom told me that she said, find somebody with flaws. There you will find more of a humble person.
Right.
They recognize that they have flaws. They recognize that they're not all that like a Barbie doll. They work on more of the inside than the outside. Because you can have a drop dead gorgeous person, and they can be hell on wheels.
Sure can. Yep.
Yeah.
And then because that beauty's gonna fade. What Robin Williams say, you know, beauty is what he say, beauty is an eye of he said beauty is only skin deep, but ugly is to the bone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you gotta definitely be beautiful.
This is your other voiceover friend when we not online.
I don't know what you're talking about. So
you're just not known yet.
Oh man, like I said, I wish y'all peace and blessings and more years to come in your marriage. Thank you for sitting down with me for this hour and almost a half. I really appreciate it. The viewers love it. You know, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great feedback, what they probably talk about later on tonight or tomorrow. But like I said, this is my house, but you're always welcome back if you want to come back.
I appreciate it, Rod.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
We appreciate this opportunity. One really quick plug, because I am a great connector. You know, 2020 was a bitch. Let's keep it real. And I mean, it was just awful. And I just want to try to encourage as many people as possible to, be encouraged. Are y'all on Clubhouse? The app?
We just started that up. It just started just so today, I believe. Yeah.
Super dope, especially for a platform like this. Well, tomorrow I'm doing a voiceover Clubhouse. You may not necessarily understand or may not necessarily be interested in voiceover, but I've grabbed some of the world's most famous voices, all female, all women of color. It's going to be really dope. So look me up on Keisha Monk if you feel like it, on Clubhouse tomorrow at 7:00. It's gonna be really, really cool.
But coming through here, Keisha, I got one favor to ask of you. Since you did radio and you are in the New York area.
Yeah.
I need to sit down with Tracy G.
Okay. Tracy G from back in the day?
No, Tracy G on Sway in the Morning.
Oh, Sway. Sway. Okay. You do know they West Coast though. Oh, well, I thought you was acting like they was in New York. Yeah, they're West Coast.
No, they are in New York for Shade 4-5 in the morning. Sirius, yeah.
Sirius XM.
Right. I thought you was you're talking about the XM show. Okay. I mean,
yeah. Heather,
Instagram, what you need me for?
Sway in the morning. I was listening to Sway every morning. Sway, Heather B,
was she single
Tracy G.
You trying to get
she not. No, I don't want no date. Just wanted to bring her on to talk about her yoga and her meditation stuff. Nah, she ain't single. She been with dude for I think 4 years or something. I can't remember
I thought you was trying to holler. I'm like,
no.
Hit me up. I try to make the connection for you. All right.
I will hit you up. But if you're talking about like dating, I have a story just for like you, bro. How my dad sold me out. He know how big of a groupie I was for En Vogue. And he does, like, this was last year, and he does studio lighting. It's a big concert that comes to Merriweather Pavilion in the summer in Baltimore. This dude sends me a picture with all 4 of them instead of just inviting me backstage.
Oh, man.
That sounds about right.
Your feelings is hurt for real.
Yeah, he did you dirty. He did you dirty like this one did me right here. He did you dirty.
Right, I was prepared. I was ready to, risk it all for En Vogue that day.
Did you dirty, bro?
Yes, definitely. But yeah, we on Clubhouse, and I'll definitely send some visits your way to your Clubhouse with the voiceovers. Have you did anything like notable, like Pixar, anything yet like that? Disney?
Well, this was my first year doing the Soul Train Awards.
Your
said 4. Didn't I say 4?
You said your first year.
Oh, this is my 4th year being the voice of the Soul Train Awards. So I do live announce, and it's crazy because of COVID. You know, they usually fly me out, put me up, and you know, do the red carpet. Okay. All I had to do it from the house. Right in this room is where I did the live announce for the Soul Train Awards. But yeah, I've done a lot of national brands. You probably heard my voice somewhere.
I got you.
That's nice.
I know now you should have Merriweather's in Columbia, but people understand it's Baltimore closer than Columbia. Stop it out there. I see them chatting about it. But you know, that is definitely our time. Thank y'all for coming on and sharing your experience on how everything went down from Shaw to Southern, from Louisiana to Chicago, from Brooklyn
Wait, what
to
school
Queens.
you went to? What school you went to?
The illustrious University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Oh, okay.
You good?
Hey, you went to school.
Huh?
If y'all,
somebody said, what'd you say? I went to school.
I was just gonna throw a plug. If y'all are interested in fitness, just hit us up because that's what we do.
We could do Zoom fitness too this year. Again.
Nice.
Okay,
so
that's good.
So we got our own site, TNT Fitness on Facebook. So we also do fitness. We have detox teas to hit your body up, get your body right, and getting everything set up, even with Bridge Imports, as far as bringing goods in from West Africa. We bring it from Ghana and all of that. So we do a lot of different things in that regard.
TNT what? TNT
Fitness.
TNT
on
Facebook.
Fitness on
TNT
Facebook.
Fitness on Facebook. My wife got it up. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we do hip hop stuff, yoga, all that stuff. So we do everything.
Okay. I'm gonna pull that up.
And Marvin, we got you. Marvin said he wants to be in your clubhouse for your voiceovers tomorrow.
It's gonna be dope.
That's just the name of the app, Clubhouse.
Yeah.
But you need a cell phone. You need an iPhone in order to download the app. Okay. Right now it's in beta, so it's not available to Android users. And you also need an invite. It's exclusive. Yep. You just can't download it. So if you send me a mess, and it's limited, but if you hit me up on Facebook, I'll see if I have an extra invite to pull you on. Because again, I am a radio personality and I do voiceover. So I truly understand the power of the voice. It's incredible. It's the next big thing. Trust me. It's very, very interesting, but we'll talk about it. For sure.
Awesome. I sent a request.
Cool. We'll do.
So now when we go live on Facebook and we grab your little stuff and I'm like, get your weights, let's go. Y'all better come on.
They already talking to y'all now. They saying they need to lose.
To that right now.
Hey, you just take it one step at a time. Just remember, you do it better than the person that's still sitting on the couch.
Right. You're right.
Absolutely.
Somebody just said they need to lose COVID weight and they want to lose COVID weight, but they want to keep their COVID booty. I don't know.
That can happen.
Not to throw my business out there. I don't know who said it. I have the booty. My booty did not leave. It stayed. It's a pretty good one. But I'm starting a Core 48. It's gonna be a 4-week program. So you can get it, and I can ship you the Drink to Shrink detox. We can detox you, and you can work out, and it can be online. So wherever you are in America, we can still work out with you. Yes, ma'am or sir.
Thanks for the invite. Thanks for the invite. We truly appreciate it.
We do.
My pleasure.
Anytime y'all want to come back, just let Kim and them or Nah know that y'all want to come back. I'm open to anything to come back and sit and talk to y'all. This was cool. This was probably this was the best show that I actually did this year.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he right there. He ready.
Yeah, he ready.
Yeah, we're 40 plus. Everybody, we all 40 plus. Let's go. We all gonna work out.
Yeah, we 40 plus too.
Right. Yeah, I'm 50 plus.
Yeah, you 50, girl. We talking about 50 plus.
You know, black don't crack.
You had to put my business out there.
You said 50 plus. You just hit 50.
Yeah, but you ain't have to put a
time out. Go to commercial. The show is ended. Yeah. All right, good people. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank
all
y'all
right, thank you so much for having us. Thank you, Kim.
You're
y'all. Welcome.
Thank y'all for tuning in for Amsterdam Talk. This is the year out closeout show right here. I guess I'll see y'all next week in 2021. Maybe 2021 next year, depending on what goes on, for New Year's, if I'm back to my normal state by the end of New Year's night. But I will definitely
be safe, man. Be safe.
I ain't got nowhere to go. each and every Tuesday, 9 p.m. East Coast time, Amsterdam Talk. I myself, Rod, for the Mavericks, for the Franklins, but thank you for joining us for the whole HBCU Singles Lounge, HBCU Couples Lounge. Thank y'all for joining. We'll see you in TNT Fitness, and they'll be hitting you up for your invites, for your clubhouse, for your voiceovers. Thank you.